Well, apparently I don't want to get any sleep tonight. Greetings and salutations everyone, I'm Mac. This is Let's Try Metroid Dread. That wasn't the last episode, even though I was about to say in the last episode. I'm not the biggest of Metroid buffs. I have I have heard the whole Metroid Other M debacle offhand. I know that by reputation. I've watched a Let's Play of Metroid Fusion, and recently I played Samus Returns. That's my experience going into this game, and it's kind of ironic that the two games that I know from the series are what start off this story. I have watched a lot of Let's Players and streamers on this, but that just means that I'm going in knowing some, but not everything. So, Metroid. A virulent, floating organism that drained energy from its prey through physical contact. Metroids were originally created by the Chozo and named after the word for the ultimate warrior. Their value as a bioweapon sparked several crises. As a result, all traces of them have been eliminated. They are now extinct. Oh, this is Samus music. Sorry, I didn't know. I always thought this was Star Fox. X-Parasite. The gelatinous, parasitic organism indigenous to the planet SR-3088. It could absorb the DNA of its host, living or dead, and replicate its form. When infecting a living host, it could even access the host's memories. X-Parasites were not driven by emotion, but an instinctive need to replicate and spread to increasingly stronger hosts. Their inability to be controlled marked them as even more dangerous than their sole predator, the Metroids. Like the Metroids, they are believed extinct. And we're telling the player about this because in no way are Metroids or X-Parasites going to be important. Right, that was a thing. With no Metroids on SR-388, it became infested with horrifying parasites capable of imitating any living being. Unaware of this, I set foot on the planet, got infected, and almost died. And then Metroid Fusion happened. The only thing that saved me was a vaccine created from Metroid DNA, which also left me uniquely able to oppose the X. This ability was tested immediately when I went to a biologic space laboratory's research station to investigate a distress signal. There, I battled many powerful X forms, including the SAX, which was the X imitating me in my power suit at full strength. Eventually eliminated the X menace on SR-388 by setting the BSL research station on a collision course with the planet. After that, the X and Metroids were just memories. Or so we thought. Just when it all seemed over, the Galactic Federation received a mysterious video transmission. It showed an X, alive and in the wild. Thorough analysis proved the video was real. Although the sender was unknown, the transmission was traced back to a particular planet. It was called ZDR. If the X had somehow escaped extinction out there, it would pose a threat to the entire galaxy. The Galactic Federation dispatched a research team of 7 ME to investigate. and Emmy is a large research robot designed to capture field samples and extract their DNA. Their incredible mobility and protective plating, made of the strongest stuff of the universe, practically guarantee the mission's success. But we aren't playing as them, so it probably didn't. Not long after their arrival in ZDR, all communication was lost. Fantastic. What is happening on ZDR? Is the planet really infested with X? As the only one immune to the parasites, it's up to me to go there and find out. And they're probably paying her a top dollar. She is a bounty hunter after all. She's a freelancer. Oh sweet, we've got a mothball loading screen. You'd think with that long and involved cutscene of me narrating everything, it would have bought them time to load the entire game, but I guess not. Yeah, anything you're introduced to is generally something you're expected to deal with in a video game.
We'll soon be entering ZDR's atmosphere.
The bounty for this mission does not seem appropriate. The risk clearly outweighs the reward.
The problem is, if we don't do anything about it, then it gets way out of hand.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That felt an extra 2 seconds before we got that sonic boom. Are you sure our atmospheric sensors were tuned right? Not the nicest of landings, let's be honest. It's got to be really awkward having an arm cannon. What if you need to grasp something in both hands, like a rope? Or a ledge?
That elevator leads to the depths
Or
of
a
an
doorknob.
facility. Signal quality is likely to be low. Remote communication remains difficult. Try to connect to the facility's network when you reach the bottom. That way, they can gain in contact. Any objections, maybe.
Oh, it's a flashback. You don't really have time to think about it when you're watching a streamer. You just sort of go with the flow. It's very different to play a game for yourself, so I guess that's why I don't think Let's Playing is that bad for the game, because yeah, you're getting to have a look at what the game's going to be like in advance, but it doesn't change the experiences you could have. Most fearsome bounty hunter in the galaxy, but very clearly not a match for someone like this who was prepared. Ooh, he did not like us putting a scratch in his face. And now we remember why we're down here. We got Samest. We lost all our upgrades. Again. It's like an insurance scam or something. Maybe that's how Samus gets paid big bucks for her missions, because she's able to say, look, I lost my upgrades. What? No, not these ones. I had to get them all back again. You owe me extra. Right, we can't open that, so we have to go with a flow. Metroid is a game that I have kind of weird feelings about. I like it, it's fun, and it makes Samus look badass, which is very important. The downside is that whenever you play badly in the game, it feels like it's your fault that you just aren't living up to Samus's reputation as a badass bounty hunter. This isn't quite the 3DS controls that I'm used to, so it might take a bit of doing. Ah, this old thing. And we've got our full ammo. Not anymore though. Some destructible blocks are hidden. If you run into a dead end, try shooting surroundings. Simple enough. Oh yeah, we were supposed to log in here, weren't we?
Uploading data.
So, you've accessed a network station. Well done, Samus. I have reviewed your vital signs and video log from the data you uploaded.
You suck.
I've run a full analysis, but I cannot account for why you lost consciousness. My readings indicate dramatic physical changes in you.
Again?
Whatever caused these changes seems to have stripped you of most abilities. You might call it physical amnesia.
Well, at least we didn't get to play with all her fancy new abilities before we lost them. That would have been awful.
That brings me to your assailant. I am checking the Federation database against your video log. It appears to have been a Chozo. The attacker's identity is not yet clear.
See, when this happened in Sly 2, all the abilities that you lost are ones that I can accept being too overpowered, but you got to keep a lot of the mobility ones. Not really used to games where you just lose everything even though you're using the same character. Legend of Zelda has the excuse of being a different Link every time.
Within the depths of ZDR.
Slide.
Your top priority should be to return to your ship on the surface.
Okay,
The situation is precarious.
Yes.
Trust your instincts as you navigate upward.
Ratchet and Clank has it a bit, but not too much.
This planet appears to consist of multiple areas. Shuttles, elevators, and other modes of transport connect them. Keep an eye out for ways to reach the surface.
So this is the reverse of Samus Returns, where you start at the top and go down. Here, you start at the bottom and go up.
The ship's location is marked on your global map. Check it for yourself. You may encounter pockets of low temperature. Your Metroid DNA renders you vulnerable to such environments. Spending time in cold areas will be harmful to you. There are many such cold areas scattered underground. Do not enter them with your basic power suit. One final thing. Underground interference is preventing radio transmissions. Check in with me at any network stations you find.
So we're on our own, like usual. Minus for the options, plus for the map. Global map. We are a very long way down. You die. Ow! How dare. Oh. Afternoon, handsome. Press X at the right moment to parry. I'm so used to the parry skill from the Returns that I didn't even stop to read Parry enemy attacks with a melee counter by pressing X at the right moment. When you see the glint. Capture card delay might get me a little bit. Or maybe it's simply a bit different to the Samus Returns version of it, so I'm gonna have to get used to a new type of might have to get used to a new timing system. Also, Samus does not have a lot of life. I'm too used to being at the end of the game in Returns, I guess. I need to remember it's like a shield. Samus is going to get the... Oh, defeating an enemy that's been stunned as a result of a counter drops more items. Which is nice. But yeah, I need to remember it's more like a shield than a proper counter attack. Press X while running to execute a dash melee. Unlike melee counters, the dash melee will damage the enemy. I don't know if it counts as a counter on its own though. Well, I'm not sure I want to experiment. If the area on the map is blinking, it indicates there's a hidden item there. Don't say. Hello. We got an ammo upgrade for the missile tank. We might be slightly stuck here. Hopefully nothing important. Uh-oh. We found Emmy! And Emmy's attacks can be countered by pressing X at the exact moment of the flash. However, the timing is extremely difficult to gauge, making this a desperate maneuver. Oh man, you don't hear this music in the streams, I can say that much. So now we duck under, because we can do that, and we run. Oh boy. They give you that first Emmy counter, you're not going to have it on any other encounter, I'll say that much. Of course, the real terror, and I haven't actually seen if there's an answer in the game for this, Emmy are supposedly mostly indestructible. What is it that left that specific Emmy in such a state we couldn't even tell what color it was before it got thoroughly trashed and turned into a zombie? The energy from this central unit transformed your arm cannon into an Omega cannon. Omega Blaster Online. Hold L to use aim mode, tilt the analog stick to aim, hold R to charge. Once charged, press Y to fire, aiming at the core. Oh boy. This is a test for the nerves. He got taller when he saw me. He knew I was aiming at his eyeball. And we only get to destroy one Emmy per central unit. Omega cannon depleted and offline, reverting to the regular arm cannon. So yeah, Emmy is going to be a big problem through the whole game. And it's going to get bigger with every encounter. Oh hey, you can see Samus putting her arm on the wall so she can aim through the gap there. So you can save the game. But it's the demo, we're not allowed to save in the demo. That's fair. This is just me wanting to show off a bit of playing through the game that I've heard so much about and I'm looking forward to. I just don't have the time to play it. Tokyo Mirage Sessions is a big thing to deal with. And Sly 2, and I just don't have... Yeah, Tokyo Mirage Sessions is mainly the reason I can't Samus right now. We can't slide anymore. So the only way to go is forward. Now here's the question. How well do I handle pressure? Oh, there's the target. It looks awfully close. It's not going to be that easy, let's be honest. Yeah. The door's locked. So we've got to figure out how to open those doors before we can make any progress. Well, that's a problem. He knows that I'm in here. So the moment I destroy this, he'll be coming for me. Keep moving, don't stop for anything. No, we want to go through here. Goodbye. Emmy doors lock when Emmy knows you're there. So you can't just stealth your way, or rather, you can't just sprint your way through it. You've got to actually lose Emmy before you can move out of the predator zone, shall we call it. Oh cool, we got a missile tank. But this door won't open. Hello?
Uploading data.
Both enemy you encountered were clearly trying to capture you. They may have been hacked. If so, it's reasonable to assume all enemy will be hostile.
Of course, the super invincible, nearly unstoppable killbots. Or rather, probots? They're all against me because we can't have nice things in this world.
Emmy send out a pulse to detect vibrations in the air within a certain range. Essentially, they can hear you.
So they don't actually know what I look like, they just know. The Emmy have their own visual trackers as well. It's just that the audio trackers are a lot more nasty to face.
Upon detecting vibrations, an Emmy enters surveillance mode to track their source. Stay out of its line of sight when this happens. Otherwise, the danger to you increases dramatically.
Nice of you to tell us this after we ran into them.
An Emmy that has seen you will begin pursuit. Part of the pursuit protocol is to seal the Emmy's own exits. You will be trapped inside. To survive, you must leave its range of pursuit. Evade the Emmy and it will disengage. This will also unseal the exits.
Thankfully, you don't have to perfect counter one of the Emmy attacks for that.
An Emmy never leaves its assigned zone. Their control system must permit them to operate only within that range.
Until it doesn't, and heaven help us when that happens. I don't know if it happens for certain. I just expect it to.
I estimate a 99% probability of death if an Emmy captures you.
I am the 1%.
There may be a very small opportunity to escape, but exploiting this window will be virtually impossible.
Yeah, I've heard it comes down to a few very specific frames. You need to be absolutely perfect at it. And funnily enough, I actually do know this from watching streams and such. When they've been stripped down from their armor, like the first enemy we encountered, you only get one chance to defend yourself, which is right before they stick you with a probe. But if they haven't been damaged yet, like the one that we just encountered now, you actually get two windows of opportunity. They have to use their claw to pin Samus down, and you can counter that. And then they go for the probe, and you can counter that. So it's kind of funny that the damaged ones are a lot more dangerous simply because we can't predict their claw.
The Emmy are immune to your current weapons. You lack the unique energy used to defeat the first Emmy. Your only option now is to evade capture and find an exit.
Because we can't have nice things.
Your highest priority in an Emmy zone should be simply to survive.
Survive is good. I can survive. I actually wonder, how far does the demo go? Because I don't feel like I should go any further, honestly. Oh. Oh. They just sealed off us a way to go back to Adam. But they let us move forward into another Emmy zone. Oh, but we can just leave right here. We have full resources. Not that they're going to help us against Emmy. Right, I can hear beeping. So Emmy is in the room. Uh-oh. I think Emmy wants to head me off at the pass. Like I said, I don't know personally whether there's going to be an Emmy that leaves its zone or comes as a surprise. when it's outside the zone, but I'm fully expecting it simply because it's video game second sense, you know? You can't save your game. Stop trying. Yeah, you know what? This can be our ending point. I like the game. I wanted to show off a few first attempts at the gameplay. Maybe I'll come back to the actual thing with a Let's Play. Maybe I'll come back to the actual thing and play for real. I am going to get the full game eventually, just not today. And probably not until I get Tokyo Mirage Sessions finished at least, and that's going to take a... It wouldn't surprise me if that goes into sometime middle of next year. Either way, until next time guys, take care. I'll see you all around.